You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. It is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we have got your hot new General Hospital promo for the week of June 19th through 23rd. We are going to tell you what is in this sizzling new promo, break it down for you scene by scene, and then we're going to tie this back for you to the official spoilers for next week, so you'll know what days you can expect to see these scenes so you can't be tricked by the editing. And then we're going to show you this hot new promo, so be sure and stay around all the way to the end so you get to see what happens on the latest promo. This is for the week of the 19th through the 23rd, but actually going into the week of the 26th because of 2 days of news preemptions that have pushed some events into the following week. Hey, if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our General Hospital spoilers, casting news, promos, all the stuff you need to know. All right, we have got 5 scenes to talk about, one of which is strictly a voiceover. The first scene is Sonny Corinthos and Nina Reeves. They are at the hospital, and he says, "I'm concerned about you and how you're acting." And how she's acting is that constant panic face because she's scared. All right. And then the second scene is actually a voiceover with words, and it says, "Will Nina finally come clean?" I'm just going to say no. Okay. The third scene is Brook Lynn Quartermaine talking to Nina and Sonny, and she says he doesn't know who he is. The fourth scene is Dr. TJ Ashford, and he's chatting with Olivia Falconeri, Dante Falconeri, and BLQ. And Olivia says, "I want to get my husband back." The fifth scene is Ava and Nina. Looks like they're out for a jog or a walk. It's one of those outdoor scenes they do sometimes. Ava says, "If Sonny finds out now, you're going to be under the gun with no way out." All right, let's tie this back to the spoilers we know about for the week. First of all, Sonny and Nina were already at the hospital at the end of last week, so I believe that the Sonny scene where he's saying he's concerned about her and how she's acting is going to be on Monday the 19th probably, and when BLQ comes to talk to them, that's probably also going to be on Monday the 19th, because you remember on Friday, Ned knew what year it was. He was awake. He seemed sane. And then he said, "I'm Eddie Maine." And if you weren't watching in the 80s and 90s, you may not know that Eddie Maine is his rock star persona. In more recent years, Ned has performed as Eddie Maine at the Nurses' Ball. He did this performance of you took the words right out of my mouth. It was a Meatloaf jam that was super, super good. He's such a good singer. So I kind of hope he stays as Eddie Maine, the amnesiac, at least long enough for us to get one performance out of this, because it would be a damn shame if they dropped the name Eddie Maine and we didn't see Wally Kurth with his guitar in hand and singing. All right. So Brook Lynn tells Nina that he doesn't know who he is. She's going to explain, he thinks he's Eddie Maine. And Nina, of course, is going to think that she got away with that for a second. And in the scenes with Sonny, she knows her time is running out, and she really does want to tell him. She tried to tell him once, but then they got interrupted and had to come over to the hospital. So now he's giving her this open door opportunity. Tell me what is going on with you. And she keeps saying cryptic things, about the future and this and that. And she's not wrong. He's going to be furious. And a furious Sonny is a Sonny that doesn't listen, wants revenge, walks away from people. You know how his temper is. Just because he softened up for a little bit as amnesiac Mike when Nina met him on the slide does not mean that Sonny has really and truly mellowed. All right. Then the scenes with TJ talking to Olivia, Dante, and BLQ. It looks like those might be on Friday, June 23rd, because we've got official spoilers where she is saying that she is desperate for answers. So I feel like that's when she's saying, "I want to get my husband back." And of course, he had some swelling on the brain, but then it went down and they didn't think they needed surgery. So they're probably going to tell her to take a wait and see approach unless he's got some kind of medical crisis in his brain, because you can't shake memory loss out of someone. So I'm guessing she's going to get a wait and see outlook. And then Ava talking to Nina should be on Tuesday the 20th, because there's a spoiler saying that she is the voice of reason, which is very rare. But in this situation with Nina and Sonny, Ava definitely is the voice of reason, and not just the voice of reason, the voice of experience. Ava knows firsthand about withholding explosive secrets from Sonny Corinthos, like, I don't know, that she'd shot his fiance, who wrote Ava's initials in blood, AJ, right by her head, only to implicate AJ Quartermaine, because they didn't realize at first that she was writing a first and last initial and not a nickname. So Ava is trying to warn her. Nina knows it, but she's just trying to soak up what she knows might be her last few minutes with Sonny in her life. So that should be very interesting because I don't see that she's going to take that advice. And at some point, Ned is probably going to snap out of this, but by then it's going to be too late because later this week, Drew is sentenced to 2 years at Pentonville. He had negotiated a deal for 6 months at cushy Spring Ridge. The DA had agreed, his lawyer Zeke had worked out the deal, but the judge has to sign off on the deal. And if you know that about plea deals, the judges can decide what they want no matter what your lawyer and the DA agree to, and the judge is going to decide to make an example out of him because he's a wealthy individual and sends him to 2 years hard time. Drew's shocked, Carly's furious, and of course, when it all finally comes out that Nina is... Okay, let's be clear. Nina is not the reason Drew is going to prison for 2 years. Of course, they won't leave him in prison for 2 years. No one stays in prison on this show. But, it is Carly's fault. It isn't even... It's low-key Drew's fault because he shouldn't have been whispering in Carly's ear the excited plans about going public, but he was treating her like a girlfriend or a wife, like someone you can trust to keep your secrets. But she betrayed him by going and conducting insider trading. So the only person that is at fault for Drew going to prison for 2 years is Carly. I know a lot of people hate Nina, and that's fine. You can hate Nina, but you also need to see the fact that this is Carly's fault. Had she not done what she did, then Nina wouldn't have ever been in a position to report them. But just because a crime gets reported or not, if you committed that crime, you're a criminal, okay? And Carly is the criminal in this case. But Drew is going to pay for this. He did nothing wrong except trust a friend. And then he's sentenced to this horrible thing away from his family. So let's be clear on that. Nina was being petty when she ratted them, but Carly did the crime. Drew's going to do the time. It's about to get so messy. I want you to buckle up. Hang on in 1 second. We're going to play this promo for you so you can see what's going down this week. Before you watch it, if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our General Hospital spoilers, casting news, and promos.
I'm concerned about you and how you're acting.
Will Nina
He doesn't know who he is.
finally come clean?
I want to get my husband back.
If Sonny finds out now, you are going to be under the gun with no way out.